Yo, guys, how's it going? Welcome, everyone. Good to see everyone here. Emmy, how's it going? How is it going, everyone? Welcome to another stream. Hope everyone's good. Let me just get this out of the way. And we'll start breaking down these charts right now. So gold had a very, very nice push into them all-time highs again. And it's been a waiting game overall, you know. There's nothing really to target on gold just now at either side. But what I'm going to be watching coming into the US session is buys above here, okay, if it gives me targets to trade into. The thing is right now, on the 15-minute here, there's not much to target above. So if anything, I'll be looking for half-risk trades within here. I would prefer to try and, you know, if gold can give me a half-risk entry within the range, that'd be perfect. I can catch that little 20 to 30 ticks and be done. Yeah, welcome, guys. How's it going? Welcome. Through Cal, how's it going, mate? Messa, good to see you, man. Yeah, crazy. It's been very, very nice as the longs on gold and silver. Very, very nice. Gold longs have been really good all week. Monday and Tuesday. How are you? MKT, I'm very good, my friend. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Potentially, this is the range that I'm watching on gold, everyone. It's as simple as it needs to be. There's no need to overcomplicate gold here. I've got recent resistance here. I've got recent support here. I'm just waiting for gold to tell me what it wants to do. Okay? If it breaks out, perfect. If it breaks out, perfect. If you got any questions, guys, get them in the chat. But yeah, this is what I'm waiting for. Yeah, anybody on TikTok, guys, if you want to head over to the YouTube, it's Joe Trades on YouTube. But yeah, welcome, everyone. Let me just share it to the free Telegram as well. But yeah, good to see everyone. See that uptrend, all fair value gaps. What one do I wear? I don't trade fair value gaps, mate. I trade levels and breakouts. I keep it very, very simple. I don't overtrade it. I don't overcomplicate trading with so many different concepts. Powell speaking tonight. Yes, he is. Gotta love it. We've got quite a bit of news today, actually. We've got Powell speaking at 5:30, and we've got Q3 USD PMI. Yeah, welcome, everyone. But yeah, I'm just watching this range for now, guys. Simple range here. Andy, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, Ashton, very, very nice push here on gold. Look at the push, guys. Look at the push. Bearish or bullish, Joe? I'm going to be looking for some half-risk trades here, mate. There's no real targets outside the range. Yo, Deegs, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Hi, Joe. Why don't you trade EU anymore? Euro USD. I don't really trade any FX pairs, mate. I just trade gold, Nasdaq, and maybe ES. Yeah, I don't really trade Forex pairs. Like I say, I break them down sometimes, and you might see some breakdowns where I broke EU down and stuff, but I don't really trade FX pairs anymore. Yeah, gold's just pushing. Gold's just bullish, guys. Cheers for lights, guys. I appreciate it. Good to see you on here. But yeah, I'm going to be looking for some half-risk trades within this range, guys. Guys, anybody on TikTok, head over to Joe Trades on YouTube. Okay? Head over to Joe Trades on YouTube. Just the name. I'm going to end the TikTok now. So if you want to watch the rest of the YouTube live, head over to Joe Trades on YouTube, just like it is in my TikTok. And I'll see you there, full screen. Bye-bye, everyone. Right, guys, we're done there. We're good. Right, let me get these questions up. Yeah, but this is the range that I'm watching for now, guys. Simple range here on gold. Yeah, Deegs, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Welcome. USD PMI will affect gold. Yeah, of course it will, man. Yeah, of course it will. Both USD newses today will affect gold. Some way or another. Like I said, I don't know what they're going to do, but they will affect gold somewhere. What's my view on gold? I'm just watching these two levels, mate. I'm seeing how gold reacts from these two levels. There's potential at either side. You know, if gold pushes above this level, I'll be looking for sells. And if it, you know, reacts from this level, I can be looking for buys. So, yeah. Feels like forever since I tuned in. Have you got more time today, Deegs? Have you been busy with work and stuff? Yeah, Ashton, I do, man. Yeah, I do. Whatever time frame I get my entry on, that's where I'll manage it. Blew my funded account yesterday. May it be different today. Good stuff. Good attitude. Just learn from it. Just learn from it and go again. You know, just learn from everything that you do in trading. That's the main thing that you can do. Just learn from everything. It's key. Okay? If you're not learning from your mistakes, well, you're just going to keep doing the same stuff. Back at it ready. Yeah, let's go. The Eag's nice. Yeah, if you got any questions, guys, drop a question in the comments. As always, drop a like. If you're new, drop a subscribe. I go live every single day in the US session, guys, so feel free to tune in every single day for an hour and a half. But yeah, main thing for me is the longs and shorts here. You know, if I'm going to be looking for sells, I'd need it to react from this level. But, you know, if gold can break below, if gold can react from this level, I'd be looking for some buys. Because this could be a nice level of support that price could react from to push higher. So yeah, that's what I'm watching for. In 15, 45 PMI, does he start always at 4? For me personally, when I'm trading news, like the next news is at 2:45. So the next news isn't, you know, the next news isn't for another like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'm personally going to be waiting maybe like 15 minutes before news, 15 minutes after news. I'll trade then. Okay. I like to stay like out of news, but it doesn't matter for us because it's not within our session. It's not within this trading session, you know. The next 2 hours is free of news. I think it will go higher as well. Potentially. I mean, there's nothing to... I don't know what gold's going to do. Gold could have a nice pullback ready for news. But it also could continue higher. The main thing that I'm going to do here is just watch these levels. Because that's all I can trade. That's the only structure I've got. Okay? I mean, Nasdaq's in a decent range. I mean, if Nasdaq can break above here, I'll be looking for buys. Yeah, if it can break above here, I'll be looking for buys. First time watching, do you trade range breakouts? Yes, I do. I trade ranges and I trade into levels. So basically, I trade breakouts of ranges into levels. So what I will do is I find a range like this, and it's not as simple as this, guys. I've got entries that I look for, but I wait for breakouts and I just trade into more levels. You know, you've got levels here, you've got levels here. So I just look to long into them areas. But the thing is, there's entries in the playbook you need to understand. It's not as easy as saying, oh, I'm buying now, I'm selling now. No. It needs to set up to the playbook. Did you stop the TikTok? Yes, I did. I stopped the TikTok. It's hard to manage both, you know, especially when you've got one on your phone in front of you. And I'd rather just talk to one. I'd rather just talk to one set of followers, and then I'll do the TikTok maybe later on today or tomorrow morning. Everybody from the TikTok probably came here anyway, or most of them did. So we're good. How many have we got here? We've got like 50 here, so yeah, probably a few came here anyway. But the main watch for me is buys above here. So basically within this range, I can't really do much. So I'm just going to be waiting for a breakout. NAS 30 better? Yeah. I mean, if we can break above this range, there's some good areas to trade into above. Look at this level. So I'll be looking for trades into that level. So I'll be looking for that movement. That's how I trade, but would love to learn more. Yeah, man. Good. Just like I say, I'm on here. You can try and pick some stuff up here. I always like the TikTok because there's less lag. Yeah, there's like a 15 to 20 second lag on YouTube, but it's not bad. I mean, you don't really miss entries unless they're like 5-minute trades or very quick flips. Most of the time, it updates quick enough. Mm-mm. 15 could close nice here for some buys. I think at least we can push into this area here. If I do get a strong closure, I can start looking for buys into these areas. Still waiting for my 2 payouts. Yeah, I mean, this 15 could close nice for some longs. You know, something like this on Nasdaq. See if it's going to fill that range. Could potentially fill that range. Gold's starting to retrace as well, which is decent. You know, gold's starting to retrace now. I'm watching this level here on gold for potential buys if it reacts from it nicely. I can't short on gold below this level because there's no targets. I'm not shorting gold here. I'm only going to be looking for buys if it gives me a half risk buy. Or sells if it gives me a half risk sell. I can't really get much full risk trades on gold because there's just no targets. You know, this could be a nice little markup here on Nasdaq. If it's going to continue pushing. Yeah, I don't like sells on gold here. There's just no... There might be some, like, sort of room to push and retrace, but I'm not trying to guess sells here. No. I prefer buys on Nasdaq. There's some minor level here to watch out for. I don't think it's going to react too much from it though. Let's see how this closes. Bottom wick, potential flip higher. Not just yet, mate. I'm waiting for this candle closure. Yeah, I'm waiting for this 15 to close, then I can potentially get some longs. If not the 15, I'll just enter the next 30. YM, maybe in a little bit, mate. I'm focused on gold and NAS for now. Did you adapt your strategy over time? Yeah, mate. There's always like little bits that you add to it. Like, you know, trading two ranges and like targets can alter over time, where I target and stuff, like targeting levels, the way I manage, little rules that you can add to the strategy over time. Yeah, like I say, it always adapts at some point. It always adapts at some point, you know. You see stuff in your journal and you just adapt it. Yeah, it did. It closes the liquidity grab, so I'm going to wait for the 30 to close now. I mean, there's so much target. There's so much room to target up here. So there's no, like I said, there's no need to like rush into a trade here on gold, on Nasdaq, sorry, because there's just so much to target. So best thing to do is just to wait for the closure. Anything new on gold? Nah, nothing, mate. It's just in a range. Can you see? Just ranging. If anything, maybe the 30 close for longs. But we'll see. We'll see. Same with Nasdaq. Nasdaq buys might be nice. Yeah, it's pushing now. I mean, that sort of markup that we had, wherever it is, it's pushing since that sort of initial breakout. It's kind of expected to push into that level. You know, it's not got far to move into that next level, so 20 points. Tired today. Yeah, I don't mind gold longs too, so I'll be watching for gold longs. So 30, I'm waiting for the 30 close here on Nasdaq. Gold, I'm still waiting for the 30 close because there's still some highs to take out. I mean, if it closes something like this, I'd be happy to try and take some. I'd be happy to try and take some longs. Dun, 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 dun. Jim today. Oh, yeah. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Survival. Gym today, yes. I will be going to the gym later on. After I've finished up everything in the office, I've got like I got a few bits to do. You know, I literally only came into the office like an hour and a half ago. So I've got a few things to do today, so probably later on tonight now. But yeah, I'll be going to the gym. What do you mean it closes a grab? Andrew, watch the course video on it, mate. Watch the webinar on fake outs. But basically, can you see here how we're taking these lows? Can you see this candle, how it's taking these lows? That is a grab. Even here on the 15, can you see? This candle took the highs. But it's all explained in the course video on it, or the webinar. So yeah, go and have a look at the webinar, bro. So yeah, I might take some half risk longs here. Half risk longs are looking really nice to push into these highs. What do I look for an entry? So in my playbook, I've got 3 entries. I've got two entries that I look for outside the range, and I've got a half risk entry within the range. So yeah, basically, I've got 3 entry types that I look for. Yeah, breakouts of ranges and rejections of levels. So 2 entries where I'll look for 2 entries outside the range if I break outside the range. There's 2 types of entries that I can look for. And then within the range, I can look for a half risk entry, which is a riskier entry because it's within the range. But yeah, I look to take trades inside. Cheers for likes, guys. 20 likes, almost crushed already. Appreciate it. Dun, dun. I mean, I don't mind potential half risk on Nasdaq. I don't mind it. So yeah, if it does close bearish here on the 15, I'm open to sells too. It will be more of like a half. It will be more of, obviously it'll be more of a riskier play, but I don't mind trying to take Nasdaq short if it sets up for a half risk trade. Like I said, I need to wait for the closure here now. 7 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, guys, if you got any questions, please do let me know. Put it in the chat. Let me see if you got any questions. And like I say, if you're just tuning in, feel free to ask any questions that you want to ask about anything. All good. But yeah, I think Nasdaq, if it closes bearish here, it is a riskier entry because the targets above are just so much cleaner. But there's nothing to say it can't pull back a little bit more first. So we'll see. Saying that, we have got a decent double bottom here, to be fair. Yeah, I'm watching this level for sure. This 15 could be nice for more pushes down. You know, if it closes bearish where it is now, if I can catch a short from like here, you know, stops like there, for example, looking for this play down, that could be like a nice, what's that? 3-1 or 24 points. I don't mind that entry. I don't mind it. Dun, 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 dun. Like I said, I need to wait for this 15 to close. Okay, guys. So closure's coming up in like 5 minutes. So stay patient. Like I say, patience will pay today. Gold is at all-time highs, basically. Nasdaq is pushing it as well. Again. Watching this 15 closure for some potential pushes down here. Taking them highs as well. Yeah, Nancy, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Guys, I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just going to get a drink. Yeah, back in 2 minutes, guys. I'm going to get a drink. Yeah, and like I said, we're going to watch this closure anyway. So stay patient. 4 minutes until the close. Okay. We're back. We're back. What is this? Yeah, 15's not closing too bad here on Nas. Yeah, so 15-minute closure here on Nas is closing not too bad. I mean, if it can give a top wick and start pushing further down, I'd like that. It's rejecting from this range here, this level. There is potential for downside here. If it can, you know, top wick and push down. But yeah, what I'm basically looking for was a sell. Stops can go there, looking for the push down into that double bottom. I mean, sells could be nice here. Closing very nicely. What's the 30 closing like? See, 30's closing. I mean, here on NAS, you know, the only area what you got to watch is probably like this level here. If Nasdaq doesn't push down here after this closure, you know, there's not much you can do. You know, there's not much else you can really do. You know, you're entering off a very, very strong closure, taking liquidity, rejecting a level. You know, if it didn't push down into these lows, or even just a little bit so you could manage, you'd be very unlucky. So I'm going to be looking for this to give me a little top, well, how should I say it? I was looking for this to give me a little top wick. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Cheers, Naz. I mean, where do you want me to put my stop loss up here? Is that what you want me to do? That was very, 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 very quick push down. There's not much you can do there. Idea was there. Idea and the direction's perfect. What's the gold looking like? Nothing. Yeah, there's not much you can do there. Absolutely. That's very, very hard work. Like, I'd want to see a little wick and then I can get the sell, but nothing at all. Straight down. Look at the minute chart. Straight down. I mean, that entry that we got before up there, the markup was bang on. Just playing that range, really. All I can really do is play the ranges on NAS and Gold right now because they're just so, like, there's no targets outside the ranges. Like, look at Gold here. Above the range, there's just no targets. Below the range, the targets are all the way down here. It's very, very difficult on Gold to actually get anything to push into any targets. It's just all-time highs for you. It's just one of them. Does everyone understand what I was looking for there, though? Does everyone understand why I was looking for a half-risk entry? How much is the maximum stop loss you use? I normally don't really have a maximum stop loss unless it's like 50, 60 ticks. So even if it's like a 30 tick stop loss, I'll just use less risk or less size and just still take it. If I've got enough entry, if I've got enough time to get the entry on. You know, if there's like 30 seconds left, I'm not going to be entering the trade. Yeah, I was looking for these sells. It's already hit them first management point. Like, 10 points. Only thing I can really do now is wait for this 15 to close. You know, if the 15 closes above here, then I can look for more buys. Really, we are still within the range, you know. We're still within this range. So I'm happy to still look for entries. All I need to do now is just wait for this 15 closure. I think you understood. Nice. Yeah, the more you will start to understand it, Andrew. You will start to understand it more. Like I say, guys, my strategy is very, very simple. Well, not very, very simple, but it's simple compared to 95% of strategies. But if you're new to trading, you still need to pick up the concepts and get that consistency. You know, you're not going to get the consistency in a day. It's going to take, you know, you need to start at least taking a few entries and understanding the models and the entry types and stuff. Yeah. It's just like anything. You know, you need to put a little bit of time to understanding the entries. Like within this range here, Now I need to wait for a breakout again. Okay. What's the 30 looking like on gold? Nothing really on gold. Nas is looking a lot better in terms of targets. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, maybe this 15 closes above and I can get some longs. Like, the targets above and below are both nice. This 15 could tell a lot for what's going to happen, you know, what targets are, you know, because look at the targets. Targets are here. Targets are here. You know, this 15 closes below, it's likely to push lower. This 15 closes above, it's likely to push higher. You know, this 15 closure is probably going to give me the direction. You know, it's going to give the direction. We'll see, we'll see. To be honest with you, I'm not really interested in gold here. There's not much targets at either side. You know, I've got a good range, but I'd rather this range down here. I'd rather gold range here because then I've got good targets to trade. The problem being here now is that if I sell below this level, where do I sell into? Absolutely nothing. If I buy, where do I buy into? Absolutely nothing. That's why I like Nasdaq a lot better, because I've got targets at either side. BTC? I haven't even had a look at I know crypto had a bit of a sell-off yesterday. Let's have a look. There's not much here. It's coming into, if anything, Bitcoin's coming into a decent level. If anything, you could probably see Bitcoin have a little push higher. And personally, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You know, I'm not in a position to tell you what to do on Bitcoin, but you could probably see it retrace a little bit. Depending on how the daily closes, to be fair. Daily could still melt. Is there anyone having issues with my audio, guys? Anybody? Let me know, guys. I think it sounds alright to me. Let me have a look. Seems alright to me, guys. Sorry if it is, but it seems bang on to me. Nope, all good, nice one. Is the 15-minute London or I don't trade ORB strategy, mate. I don't trade that. So to be honest with you, I just wouldn't know. Yeah. I wouldn't know. I find my own ranges. I trade my own times. It's clear. Nice, nice. Really? Internet? Let's have a look at the internet speeds. I mean, the internet is bang on. Like, it can't be anything to do with the internet. Yeah, maybe just come off it and restart it, Duncan. Probably will sort itself out, but I've just tried it on my phone and it seems alright. Tell you what, I am waiting for my payouts to come through. I want my $7,000 payout. I requested it on Friday. I want my 7K payout. Yeah, guys, any questions whilst waiting for this breakout on Nasdaq, let me know. Like I say, if you want to use, guys, if you want to use the same prop firm as me, head over to top one. Head over to top one. The link will go in with the bot now. And you can get a discount with the code JTC. You'll get like a up to 50% off with the code JTC. So yeah. What strategy do I follow? I use breakouts of ranges, mate. So I find levels of resistance and support in the market. I wait for a breakout and I trade in that direction. Very, very simple. As simple as it needs to be. No overcomplicated stuff. 1 to 2 trades a day. If I find 1 to 2 trades a day. If not, all good. Keep it simple and trade what I see. Simple as that. Trade pure price action, ranges into targets. Dun, dun. USD JPY, let's have a look at it. If you want me to, let me have a look. Ooh, I mean, it's starting to take up some highs as UJ. See, look how messy. This is horrible price action. Look how wicky this chart is. Very, very wicky. I wouldn't be looking to do anything here after it's taken these highs personally. I wouldn't want to long or I wouldn't want to sell. If anything, I'd just wait for a new range. Let's have a look at GJ. Is GJ doing anything interesting? Ugh. Oh my god, look at that. What is that? Look at that. Push down, swept liquidity, faked out. That's grim. That price action is disgusting. I'll stick to my gold. I'll stick to my gold and Nas. It looks way better. Might get a little swing. Might get a little Nasdaq swing position on a personal account into them highs, into all-time highs again soon. S&P, yeah, we can have a look, mate. For now, I'm just going to stay on this chart because it's closing in 3 minutes. So I want to kind of lock in on this chart. What are you saying, John? Naz, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How much do I target? One sec. How much do I target each day? I don't have a target each day. I trade what the market gives me. You know, I don't say to myself, I want to make $200, $300 every day, because that just brings emotions into the market. Having daily profit targets is just useless. It's not good for your psychology, and it makes you force trades because you want to hit that profit target. I've never traded with daily targets. I trade based on, you know, I look at my performance monthly. You know, it takes me, you know, last month I made 7k in payouts. It took me like 30 days to get it. You know, a month later, I'm taking another 7k in payouts. I'm not looking at if I'm getting a payout after a day. I'm not looking if I'm getting a payout after a week, because you'll start rushing the process. And to get consistent gains, you want to trade correctly and you don't want to rush stuff. When you start rushing it, and when you start, you know, putting money or monetary value or get, you know, goals like $200, $300 a day, you start rushing the process and you start forcing positions because you want to force the money. Don't force the money. Let the money come to you naturally as you just trade well. Okay? Any trades? No. Naz, I was busy in London session, to be fair. I was out. I had a couple of hours out of the office because I was just busy with a meeting. Yeah. Dun. I like this 15 closure here. I might try a little buy just on my personal account. You know, if it can give a decent bottom wick, you know, I'll probably just manage the position at this level up here. If it can get above, that is. I mean, it looked like it was going to close above then. It doesn't look like it now. Yeah, good stuff, Naz. It's hard. It was tough this morning for me. I was driving for like an hour and a half in traffic. It was horrendous. It's just closed above. Not super strong. You receive your payout? No, I'm still waiting for my payout. I'm still waiting for now. They said it should be today. I get it. They said it should be today. I mean, I don't mind longs here. I don't mind longs here. I'm going to miss out, but I'm going to mark it up. I'm going to leave this one. But it is valid. You know, it's closed above very nicely. I don't mind longs, you know, based off broke above the level, took liquidity. There's targets to trade into up here and all-time highs to push into. I have heard so much of people saying this. It's really hard to get positive P&L at the end. It really, yeah, like I say, it's key. Yeah, guys, I wouldn't have the order in yet if I were taking this. I'd wait for a more of a bottom wick. I'm just marking this up. I'm not taking this just yet. But I do think that Nasdaq's going to push into this level above here. Okay. It really does. You know, if you've got, oh, I want to make $200 a day. Trust me, you're not going to make $200 a day. You know, you're putting pressure on yourself. It's not good for the psychology. You know, there's a lot of things that go into it. So don't put like, don't say to yourself, oh, have a target each day. Look at it monthly. And, you know, the payouts will come naturally from you just being consistent instead of, you know, trying to win every day. You know, a lot of newer traders, they message, you know, a lot of newer traders, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, who want to get into trading, they always go, so what's my profit? What's my profit going to be every day? You know, if I start with $300, what's my daily profit going to be? And I say to them, you're going to lose. You're going to take losses. Stop thinking that you're going to win every day, because it's just not the case. Professional traders who do this for a living will lose. You know, every 10 days, they're probably going to have 3 losing days, 7 winning days. Okay? Don't think that you're going to win every trade, because it's just not going to work. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, they are normally. Yeah, so this is a good bottom wick now. So this is now where I'd put the order in up here. And then if this flipped bullish, I'd be in this trade looking for a trade into like these highs. Yeah, they are, Naz. They are quick. They have just changed payment processes, so I think they're a little bit longer because of the payment processes. You entering this? Yeah, I mean, it started to bottom wick now, so I'd actually, if I were looking to enter long here, I'd be looking to put my order in here. Yeah, if I were looking to enter this, like we'll say, we'll mark it up, but I'm gonna have a buy. I'd have a buy stop here, and then if this rebroke its own high, I'd be looking to trade it into them highs, something like that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm not in this, guys. Just marking it up for now. It would be a buy stop anyway. I would enter. It's not strong enough clause. Yeah, it's not the strong enough clause. I just think after this 15, at some point, it's going to flip into these areas. You know, into these levels above market. I'm not trying to rush anything today, you know. Following the rules are key. 100%, mate. 100%. You know, if you've got your level, say, here, it's not the strong enough clause just yet. Just entered gold and not NAS. By accident, you mean? You entered gold by accident? I mean, if you entered long on gold, you'd be in profit. Probably. I mean, yeah, I think this 15 can still have a decent push higher, but you are coming into some structure here. You know, if the next 15 breaks above, then I'll be happy to enter this trade, because that'll be the 30 closure as well. You know, 30 and 15 gets above. Yeah, just like I say, if I always say to myself, guys, if I enter a position by accident, I'm just closing and taking the hit, whatever it is. You know, if I accidentally take a trade that's too big to size, I just close it. I don't wait for it to hit profit, or I don't wait for it to go into profit, because it's not my trade. I just take the hit for doing something stupid. In the nicest way possible. News would be interesting. Hopefully it's bearish. Yeah, we do. We need a pullback on gold. You know, even if gold can just pull back, give me a range, and then I'm happy to trade here. Look at that. Buys, sells, all this range for sells, all this range for buys. Perfect. Right now, there's nothing. Yeah, it does. It does. It happens. It really does. Like, what did I do? I needed, like, on my accounts that I needed a payout on, I entered a trade. Instead of, like, 5 micros, I entered 5 minis on Nasdaq. Just because I needed, like, $5. So, yeah, I entered 10 times more than I should have done. And I just closed it. And I was lucky because I closed it, like, basically at break even. But it could have gone so wrong. It could have gone so wrong. So I needed, like, because of the charges, I needed, like, another $100 to pass it. Or get to the payout stage. So, yeah, it knocked me back, like, $100 or something. But I just closed it because I'm not wasting, you know, that could have gone to, like, negative $2,000. And then I needed $2,000 for a payout. It's like, just close it and get $100. See, I thought this 15 were going to push. I still think this 15 is going to push. It is at a level of resistance, but I think the last 15 is just too strong for this one not to push. But like I say, we'll see. If this 15 can get above, that'll be the 30 that's closing bullish. And then probably into all-time highs. Probably into all-time highs. Oh, Din, how was your London session? I think I saw your trade that you sent into the Discord, into the community. Or did you send it me personally? I can't remember. Did you make $400 on your Ignite? Insane. What we'd like to see. Yeah, 30's looking really nice. I'm liking the 30 and 15 closure here on NAS. 5 might confirm. Oh, yeah. I mean, if the 5 gets above, and then the 15 and 30 closes above, yeah, very nice. Gold's just a write-off for now for me, guys. I'm just going to be focusing on Nasdaq, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to be focusing on Nasdaq. Still think this is going to start pushing above here. That last 15 was too bullish not to even have some sort of push. Now, I'd be very surprised if this 15 doesn't push up here. But we are at a big level. So we'll see, we'll see. Yes, $400 up. Great work. Great work. Just watch the equity stability. I think. Watch the ESS ESS score. Because it stops you from winning too much and it stops you from losing too much too. So the best thing to do, are you using a 50k? If you're using a 50k, yeah, if you're using a 50k, you don't want to be winning or losing too much because, you know, you'll end up being like way over the 20%. But $400, mate, amazing. You know, even if you make $400 5 times. Yeah, I need this 30 really to close above. Oh, tell you what, it is really struggling Nasdaq at this level. Struggled like just in the US session alone, or coming into the US session for like a full hour. It's just failed to close above this range. You know, I think if Nasdaq can break above here, it's clear into all-time highs. You know, this is probably the only place it's going to struggle at. You know, Nasdaq, you know, you can see how clear Nasdaq is. It's bullish as anything, okay? Super, super bullish. Cheers for likes, guys. Are we gonna hit 30 likes for the YouTube live? Currently at 24. Nice one. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, like always. If you've got any questions, guys, anything that you're thinking about trading at all, what I'm looking at, other pairs, let me know. Let me know. 2 minutes until the 30 and 15 closes on both Nasdaq and gold. I'm not really seeing anything on gold. It's mainly just Nasdaq if it's going to break above or not. What I'll do is I'll give it this 15 closure. Probably give it the next 15 close and then, yeah, see if it's going to break out. Oh, what's the 30 going to do here? Yeah, the 30 closure on here at Nasdaq is saying, okay, taking liquidity, we're closing nice and strong. We're probably going to push higher, but I'd need it to get back above that level that we mentioned here. I need to get a closure above this level, because that's going to tell me, okay, we're breaking structure to push higher. I mean, it's given a nice bottom weight, but it has closed sweeping liquidity. Look, it's closed above sweeping liquidity. This could be enough liquidity taken for a deep retracement. If Nasdaq is going to push higher, it's going to have to break its own or prior high to continue pushing. Or this recent high that it's created now. Like I said, the only thing I can really do is just see where it bottom wicks, but it has closed the liquidity grab, meaning that it is less likely to push higher. It doesn't mean that it can't. It definitely can, but it just means it's less likely to. Horrible, horrible, horrible price action. Look at that, guys. Like I say, if you caught your position on gold down here for the buys, that's where you want it to be trading. You know, you want it to be taking your pre-London entries, your breakout entries. You know, you want it to be trading down here. Now it's at these highs, it's a lot more difficult. It really is. I mean, if this flips now, it's probably going to go and hit all-time highs, to be honest with you. You know, it's reacting from this level. I mean, if it can start flipping bullish here, it's probably going to go and hit all-time highs. Oh. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, if this 15 can even get back above, you know, if the 15 can start closing bullish, or even like a 5-minute confirmation, because I really do think if this can break the prior high, or the high that it's currently at, like flip bullish, it probably is going to continue pushing. Just because the volume is there to the upside. That's something I'd be looking to trade. But like I say, it's not even flipped yet. It's nowhere near flipped. I'm just going to see how this 15 closes now, to be honest with you. I'm just going to see how this 15 closes, guys. See how this 15 closes. If this 15 can break out, I'll be looking to trade. If it's still within the range, I'm gonna leave it there. Probably head on TikTok for an hour and then go from there, guys, if you want. If you want to have a bit more of a relaxed stream on TikTok. let me know. I can carry it on there for an hour if you want. Stick a thumbs up if you're up for that. Yeah, guys, I'll be back in 30 seconds. I'm just nipping to the toilet. Put a thumbs up in chat. I can carry it on in 15 minutes on TikTok if you want for an hour. Just let me know. Sweet. Let's have a look. What is Nasdaq doing here? Let's have a look. See, that's the thing. You come on stream. You've got news in like 45 minutes, and it's like we're just chopping about. Look at gold as well. Doing absolutely nothing. Just wicking here, push here, wick. Like Nasdaq looks like it's ready to break out. It comes into a level, rejects. No push. It's like, nice one. Yeah, I'll stay right then, guys. Yeah, I'll stay on here for like 5-10 more minutes. Let this 15 close. Let this 15 close, and then we'll head over and I just go on for an hour. All right. Not going to be a super long one. It's just going to be like a chilled 45 minutes, an hour, and then I'll go and trade the rest of the US session with the members in the community. Like I say, I've only been on here an hour, so I may as well just head over there for an hour as well. Does liquidity sweep? To be honest with you, mate, I don't trade with Fibonacci, but I trade liquidity sweeps, and liquidity sweeps work really well. I don't trade Fib. Nah, I don't trade Fib. I used to, but I just don't anymore. Tell you what, are we? No. I used to trade with Fib. I used to trade with Fib like maybe like 3 years ago now. Yeah, I didn't, to be honest with you, when I did use it, I didn't really use it that much. I like used it maybe like once per day. But I would just like, when I was unprofitable like 3-4 years ago, I would just try in everything. I'd have like EMAs, Fibonacci, levels, targets. It was like, what was I doing? And that's why I love having the community and teaching people something so simple, because if people come to me early and they start learning from me early on, they can just miss like all that wasted time I wasted overcomplicating something. Do you know what I mean? Because they can see me, they can see that Joe gets payouts, they can see that Joe takes consistent results, and they go, okay, he does it simple. I don't need to go through that years and years of overcomplicating something. And, you know, if I can save somebody time, like me, I wasted so much time overcomplicating strategy to strategy. That's great. That's really good. Nas should push it. Yeah, I think for me on Nas, I'm watching this range now. I'm not going to be trading within here. It's getting very choppy. You know, just look to the left on Nasdaq. Look how choppy it is. You know, within here, it's just been chopping. Look at it. Look at it. Horrible. So, yeah, I'm going to wait for the breakout. Gold is doing nothing on this run up to news. Absolutely nothing. No, look at that, guys. Look at the 5-minute on gold since we come on to the US session here. Look at these candles. That's what we've done. That's what we've had on gold in our session on YouTube Live. Nobody can say, Joe, why have you not taken a trade? Because anybody who's taken a trade at any point on these candles is basically around break even. And then on Nasdaq, there's just been no clean breakout. No clean breakout at all. Oh. All good though. Patience pays, guys. Patience pays. You need patience. As simple as that. Tell you what, I can't wait to get my accounts back. When you request a payout, they go on paused until they process the payout. I requested them on Friday, and my accounts have all been paused since. It's like they've been paused for almost 2 days now. And my last payout only took like 2 hours to process. Like, come on. Gold is waiting for news. Yes, it is. Gold is definitely waiting for news. We've got news in 30 minutes, guys, so... yeah. You're definitely right there, man. Probably same with Nasdaq. You know, since we've come on stream, it's just been within this range. There's not been a breakout. There's not been a breakout to trade. Bro, your total... oh, I took a buy on Nas but stopped out. Did you buy here? Take it after taking this liquidity? Don't be... it's very low probability to be buying if it closes and takes liquidity like this. It's very low probability. That's why I didn't take it. Yeah, it was just low probability to enter it. It closed as a liquidity grab. So that's why I didn't take it. You're likely to get faked out. So watch out for that, Duncan. If you took buys on this green candle, you've closed as a liquidity grab, like we mentioned before. Bro, your total profit from futures? What time frame in total? I don't know. Quite decent. I mean, 14K in the last 2 months in payouts. Two to 3 months. Good afternoon, Sean. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Yeah, guys, can we hit a like on the video? Appreciate it. Can we hit a like on the live? I'm gonna set up for the. We'll head over to thingy now anyway. I'm gonna go on TikTok now anyway for just for another hour because I've only been on here for like just over an hour, so we'll head over there and watch the news. I'll post the link in the free Telegram anyway. Biggest profit and the biggest loss. To be honest with you, mate, I don't look at biggest wins, biggest losses. They're irrelevant. What matters is overtime. Yeah, you're not going to be right every time. You don't need to care about every trade, singular trades. Each, your biggest loss and your biggest win is just another lesson. It's just another row in a spreadsheet. So just take it, understand it, and move on just like any other trade. Don't get an ego from your biggest win because it's not going to help you for future payouts and future profits. And don't be too disheartened about a big loss. Just learn from it. Simple as that. Don't get an ego. Don't be one of them guys to, oh yeah, I made this and that, and yeah. To be honest with you, I just don't care. Just move on. If you have a very big win and you make a lot of money, just move on. Just focus on the next trade. Drop the ego and just move on. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't care. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what my biggest win is. I'm not really bothered about my biggest win or loss. I'm bothered about my equity curve long term. Yeah, Owlie's looking nice, Natalie, actually. The Owlie is looking nice. Guys, I'm going to head on to TikTok anyway. So head over to my thing. I'll post a link in the free Telegram. Join the free Telegram if you're not in it, guys. Yeah, join the free Telegram if you're not in it. And you can... I'll put the link in there. Okay, I'll put the link in about 5 minutes, okay? So I'll see you there, guys. We've got news in 30 minutes, so I'm probably just going to wait news out. Gold doing absolutely nothing. Gold's been ranging for the last 4 hours. There's been no breakout on gold for 4 hours. It's just one of them. Pre-news, we've got a big push already. Yeah. Yeah, but join the free telly, guys. And I'll put everything in there. I'll start it now, one sec. But yeah, guys, I'll see you there. Peace out. Trade safe. I'll be back live on YouTube tomorrow. Okay. Hopefully something sets up and my accounts are back after payout. So yeah, see you there.